YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here with another replay from Trolley Bully's Faction Band 2 tournament. Again, check the links in the description if you want to see more information about the tournament. Today I have another first round match for you. This one's going to be Indypride, which has a channel. It's called Milk and Cookies Total War. Again, check the link in the description if you want to go check out his channel. Hopefully he'll get to see this and maybe he can make some comments, make it even easier to find him. He does some good Total War videos, so if you want to see some more Total War action, definitely go check him out. He's going to be playing as Sparta, and he's playing against FG Noobez, or Noobs, or whatever that is, I like the name, who's playing as Massilia. So Sparta versus Massilia should be an interesting match, not one you see often. It is going to be on the grassy barflands known as Nemedicina, but that's pretty standard for a tournament. I have always called it the grassy barflands. It used to be a lot uglier. Honestly, the background in the Medicina is quite scenic compared to some of the grassy barflands of the past, like in Rome 1, or in Medieval 2. Well, I don't remember in Medieval 2, but I can definitely say Rome 1 was pretty ugly. And it was pretty ugly in Empire Total War 2. But it was nice to have after all the horribly unbalanced maps that Creative Assembly launched with Empire Total War. Sometimes I like the asymmetric maps in Empire, but then it just got annoying sometimes when it's just like one artillery, like, oh crap, artillery campers, or what was the name of that Austrian, Windbush Jaeger campers. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that were just horrendous. Ferguson rifle spammers. Oh my gosh. I loved Empire Total War, but man, those were some days of some annoying crap. And there was only one 4v4 map for so long. Oh crap, now I'm reminiscing about Empire. What was the name of that 4v4 map? Crap. Now I can't think of it. I just remember playing it so many times. That was back in the days when I was hanging out a lot with the guys from the Blackwatch clan and playing with them. It was a lot of fun. It really was. Anyway, good times. Oh, jeez. I was certainly the anchor for them, too. They were always having to carry me, but it was a lot of fun playing those. I really loved the multiplayer in Empire Total War, even though it was quirky. Let's see. Let's get into this, though. We're not playing Empire. So, Sparta, which is Indypride, he's got 4 Tarantine Cav. I kind of like that choice. Probably a little more useful than Citizen Cav overall. Lots of Gorgo skirmishers. Looks like 4 of them pushing forward. Up front, there's going to be 2 Perioikoi spears, which they also have 1 on each flank. So a little bit of javelin capability for the Spartans. A Royal Spartan General. And let's check out the infantry line. Spartans, Royal Spartans, Spartan Hoplites, Heroes of Sparta, Spartan Hoplites, and then his Royal Spartan General. So 3 elite Hoplite units. For Massilia, Levy Freeman. Gonna be interesting. It's hard not to bring Levy Freeman. They're just such a handy unit. Tarantine Cav for the Massilians as well. 2 of them, though. But they're supported by Levy Freeman, which is going to actually be extremely helpful. There's 2 Massilian cavalry as well, which can honestly eat up skirmishers or Tarantine Cav if they can get into melee, but won't be real effective versus Spartan Hoplites. Not even in rear charges, really. So let's see, Celtic Warriors, Massilian Hoplites. So 4 Massilian Hoplites on each side, flanked by a Celtic Warrior with another Celtic Warrior in reserve. And 4 Axe Warriors backing up the Hoplites. Now this is actually a pretty good setup, I think. Spartan Hoplites, now Massilian Hoplites are good. They are real good. The standard Spartan Hoplite is pretty inferior to a Massilian Hoplite because look at the differential in weapon damage. It's 4, and then the armor piercing damage is pretty significant. So you do have good stats, like as far as armor health and morale on a Spartan Hoplite, but they are overmatched by a Massilian Hoplite when it comes to weapon damage, and that's big. It's going to play out quite massively, and they're well, no, the charge is even. Spartan Hoplites tend to have pretty good charge for a Hoplite as well. The problem is the Hoplites just don't cause a lot of damage on the charge because their weapon damage tends to be low. And so does their melee attack, so even when they have a good charge bonus, it seems kind of ineffective. Let's see what we get. A little bit of patience kind of going on here early. The Massilian player is going to have a lot of trouble getting rid of the Gorgo skirmishers, I think. And that could prove pretty vital here. The Gorgo skirmishers can do considerable damage very quickly to units like Celtic Warriors. And that would mean that the Massilians lose some of their support. There are Hippeus Lancers on the battlefield, and these guys could be quite deadly in a rear charge. And you know, they could be a decisive unit here, but we'll see. They won't do any good into the front of any of these hoplite units. Maybe cause a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be like where you can charge down swords from the front. So in total, 6 cavalry from the Massilian player, which in my opinion is quite a bit to field against Sparta. But we will see how this plays. So the Massilian player obviously would like to rush, and Indypride obviously would like to fire off a lot of ammunition. Actually, this is 5 Gorgo skirmishers. I was wrong. Or no, 1 Helot slinger. So, but basically 5 slingers. If the Massilian player leaves 5 slingers until late game, it doesn't really matter what happens in the infantry fight. The slingers are going to make life a mess. Let's see what they're targeting. Celtic warriors, it looks like. That's a good target, I think, for Indypride. Axe warriors here. Units that don't have as good a block chance, and they're support units that the Massilian hoplites need in order to succeed. Nice use of the Spartan youths here to soak up the charges of these units that he does not want to affect his Spartan hoplites. Let's see if he does the same thing on this other flank. No, he's just going to go into phalanx mode and soak it up. But now, because he goes into phalanx early, there is going to be gaps in the line. We'll see whether the Massilian exploits that. If not, then the slingers have a good way to hit the flanks of these units as they wrap up. So an interesting idea here by Indypride. We'll see if it works. This densified formation will actually probably work fairly well against the Celtic warriors. Let's see, the Massilian hoplites trying to push in there. Yeah, okay, so blobbing coming in from Massilia. This is the worst thing Massilia could have done right here, because it means that the slingers can now start peppering these units on the flanks without really hitting their own units in return. So this Royal Spartan here is just getting exactly what it wants. Bad charges from its enemies, and it is in hoplite phalanx. It is going to just start wrecking all over infantry here. It is in a very tight formation, so it won't have as much attack, and it'll take a few losses as it's being wrapped around a little. But that Royal Spartan's going to do fairly well, I think. Now, not if it gets hit by 2 Hippeus Lancers, so we'll see how that goes. Spartan Spearmen getting a jav toss off, and they have got to protect their skirmishers, which are being assaulted right now by a Massilian cavalry. Sparta really has got to get rid of that Massilian cavalry, but this Levy Freeman pushing is making it difficult. The more slingers that die here... Oh, yeah, this is bad for Sparta. They need these slingers. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to lose the infantry fight, but it's just sad to see so many slingers. I mean, obviously, it's not like Indypride wants this to be happening. It looks like he's fighting very hard to keep it from happening, even considering, I think, bringing the Tarentines in here. He is. Now the Hippeus Lancers are going to turn around and try and rear charge Spartan infantry. So these Spartan hoplites are going to take a pretty nasty little charge. Let's see how well the Lancers connect. Yeah, it's a pretty good connection. And it looks like they're going to cycle out. They didn't stick around very long to get any kills, though. But, I mean, it did some morale damage and took a little bit of a toll. And then more slingers are in their crosshairs. So slingers dying all over the place for Sparta right now. But infantry-wise, these Royal Spartans are beasting it out. The Hippeus Lancers are not doing so well here. Tarentine Cav being used for rear charge, which will actually be pretty effective against the Axe Warriors, I think. It's going to drop a few of them and it hurt their morale. Not super effective. Let's see how it did against the Axe Warriors here. Yeah, not super effective. They are medium cav, but just they don't hit very hard in melee, but still, they can be useful for getting that morale penalty, which they did. So now that morale penalty is showing on some of the weaker Massilian units. And if these weaker Massilian units rout too early, it's going to be rough for Massilia. Some of these slingers have come back from routing, and now the Tarentine cavalry kind of taking their toll, wearing on some of this, but there's more Tarentine cav for the Massilians back here too, and Levy Freeman chasing down these Gorgo skirmishers. The Gorgos really need to just hopefully keep running. We'll see what happens. This Spartan hoplite trashing an Axe Warrior. Spartan hoplites here holding out very well considering what they're up against here. This Heroes of Sparta is doing a very good job, and it's outnumbered and surrounded. Spartan hoplite here doing a nice job. So all this, putting his Spartan hoplites into that phalanx early is actually turned out pretty well, I think, for Indypride, because his enemy just blobbed at him. And it probably reduced the effective charge the Massilians got against him, and it's going to allow the high armor and stuff of his units to kind of pan out later into the game. Tarentine Cav caught by some Spartan hoplites here, so that's a mistake for Massilia. These slingers now able to fire at the Massilian cavalry, no doubt, here. They will not be able to kill it quick enough. So more slingers are going to die. It's going to be interesting because Sparta's decisive missile advantage was not able to be protected from all the Massilian cavalry. But the Massilian cavalry is kind of fizzling out now. You're seeing Hippeus Lancers getting tracked down here. The other Hippeus Lancer unit is nowhere to be found either. So, yeah, no real charge power left for Massilia. This Royal Spartan has gotten 202 kills, despite having been surrounded rather early and outnumbered. This is why you don't want to go into that kind of fight, and now it has a chevron, which means it's just going to be even more beastly. Massilia is kind of discovering the hard way here, the tankiness of the elite Spartan hoplites. Even the standard Spartan hoplite here has done a pretty stellar job. I mean, the Massilian hoplite's getting kills, that's for sure. But I mean, these units like the Axe Warriors, again, even though they're getting kills, I mean, they've got to chop through a lot of armor in a pretty decent health stat. And the Spartan morale, like, so again, look at the morale on the Spartan hoplite, 65 to start with, whereas the Celtic Warriors at 45 and the Axe Warriors at 55. I'm pretty sure Sparta has this one. This skirmisher being here is great for Sparta. It's still picking away at these cavalry, which are honestly pretty badly needed for rear charges right now from Massilia. Spartan hoplites coming in to save the Royal Spartans who tanked out all those kills. Now the Massilian hoplite general is in big trouble. Now the rear charges from the Tarentine Cav are going to take a serious toll, and it's going to be a morale toll at this point. This is where skirmisher cavalry rear charging can be extremely effective, and it's just because of that penalty right there. You saw it rout these two weaker units that I just mentioned that didn't have the same morale as Spartan units, and so that's why you see these Spartan units keep fighting despite the poor situation, because of that extra 10 morale. Not to say they can't be broken by a rear charge, they can. But it's going to be trickier. Higher health, higher morale, trickier to break, quite obviously. Heroes of Sparta here with a pretty respectable performance. There's only 120 of them there, and they've gotten 151 kills. So I'd say that's a pretty respectable performance. Now these guys' major downfalls that they do not have the elite spear like the Royal Spartans when they absolutely should. They do make up for it a little in having higher attack, but if those guys had the elite spear, it would make them such a better unit. And how would it make Sparta overpowered? It certainly would not. There's a few things like that that I like about the Blade balance mod that it adds back in, and really helps some of these factions gain a little bit of advantage back. Honestly, I would give the elite spear to the Spartan hoplites too. Blade Master may have done that, I don't know. I haven't gone and checked. If Sparta's only got hoplites, give their hoplites a good spear. A lot of Massilian infantry has come back here, though. We'll see if that's going to be a problem for Sparta. I don't think it will be. Once this general dies, I'm pretty sure all these weaker units are going to suffer badly on morale. And this Tarentine cavalry is still able to inflict rear charge penalties. We'll see what happens. A lot of Massilians still left. But like I said, I do 124 Royal Spartans here with 234 kills. That is just brutal. Honestly, this Royal Spartan is also in phalanx, but if it came out of phalanx and rear charge these Levy Freemen, it could probably crush them and then turn around before the Massilians could do much about it. But I'm guessing he's not real concerned about the rear charge of these weaker units. This Royal Spartan here is tanking it out, 250 kills. These guys are beast when they get into that hoplite phalanx. These Massilian hoplites are going to take a rear charge penalty. I doubt they're going to die a lot from the Tarentine Cav, but if the general kicks the bucket while that's happening, it could cause this unit to rout. This Spartan hoplite routs, and again, now a lot of Massilians free here. I don't know, though. This is a tough target for them to take out, this Royal Spartan. I don't know if they have enough to do it. There's a few Royal Spartans left over here. So we will see. This Royal Spartan right here, though, I think is going to be the deciding factor in this game. Now, 300 kills, 3 chevrons, now has 53 attack. And when it's in hoplite phalanx, it's going to go up to 38 damage and 58 attack versus infantry. So this unit is just getting deadlier and deadlier as time goes here. And just look at the kills skyrocket on that thing. So yeah, I don't think the Massilians have the tools needed to take it out. This Axe Warrior is going to engage, and it's going to get a Javelin volley, which is good. But they are just going to get absolutely crapped on in close combat. They do have good armor piercing, but so do the Royal Spartans at this point. They're going to have 13 armor piercing effectively against infantry while they're in that phalanx. And the Axe Warriors don't have the level of armor that the Spartans do. So this is going to be a wholesale slaughter. The Spartans, this is the type of fight that they live for, I guess. So Indypride obviously making Spartan fanboys happy here, pulling out this nice Greek-on-Greek victory, which I'm going to go ahead and call it a victory for Indypride because I don't think all of his units left combined can beat this Royal Spartan here, surrounded or not. So I'm pretty sure this one unit, I have 393 kills now. Like I said, I don't think there's a dang thing any of these other units can do about it. Yeah, a couple kills on the charge for the Celtic Warriors, and then these guys are going to get smeared. Smeared like butter on bread. The Royal Spartans, oh so smooth. Their blood-soaked beards as they dish out the damage. So, nice job by Indypride. Good Spartan victory here, and 441 kills, and there's more coming because the Massilian hoplites are coming in. So, kill counter, prepare to increase. Wow. This is a huge unit size battle. I mean, check out these Spartans, man. Not only are they getting 450 some odd kills, but they're doing it without shoes on. How many of you can say you pulled that off today? I don't know. You don't even have to be a Spartan fanboy to enjoy seeing Royal Spartans own people. You know, it is pretty cool. Feel sorry for the Massilian player, but 'tis the power of Royal Spartans. If you are not able to get rid of them in the late game, they are a beast. So 465, 6, 70. We're going to make it 75, 78. 478 kills, and a chance to get some more, actually, if this Levy Freeman doesn't rout. 483 kills. They might have been able to make it 500 if they would have charged that Levy Freeman. That is spectacular. Let's see if they get anything else. Yep, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 91. 491 kills. Those Spartans, look at that. 300 kills on the Royal Spartan. Let's see, where was the Heroes of Sparta at? 168. Not spectacular, but respectable, considering how outnumbered they were. The Slingers did not end up doing much, but whenever you pull out basically 500 kills here and another 300, and then these guys, yeah, you don't even need your skirmishers to kill anything at that point. Now, some of these Spartan hoplites put up a spectacular performance in that phalanx. It's actually really well done. Better than I thought they would do, actually, without that elite spear. So that was an impressive fight. Those Spartan hoplites in that phalanx ended up doing quite well. Now, don't expect that to happen every time. Like, if you get hit with an Oathsworn or something else like that, and you're using the Spartans, even Royal Spartans, there's a good chance you're going to die. So don't go thinking that you watch this video and now that you know Sparta is the secret key to victory on Total War Rome 2 multiplayer. That's certainly not the case, but up against a faction like Massilia, yes, obviously they can be dangerous. 322 kills though on a Celtic Warrior is nothing to turn your nose up. That is straight impressive. So kudos to the Massilian player there. That is amazing, actually. It is the larger sizes, but still, that means this Celtic Warrior killed all of the men in 2 units, you know, which could mean that they actually routed, you know, 3 units, maybe 4. So pretty interesting. Anyway, good game to both players. Hope you all are enjoying these tournament replays. HeirofCarthage signing out for now.